morning, you guys. So last night we went and picked up our floors, which is going to be plywood. We got this ripped down to 8 inches. And now today my job, so I've started the sanding process. Part of the reason why I love this plywood is that it has some natural knots. This is going to be painted though, so I just want to give it a good sand. I'm making some progress, so I think I have 12 boards finished, and this is the sander that I'm using, and then I'm also taking it at an angle to create the beveled edge. And this is the sandpaper that I'm using. It's 80 grit sandpaper. So I really just want to make sure that this is splinter free, smooth, and ready for paint. So the first thing I had to do was just make sure the floor was really clean, and so now I'm going to put this dry lock clear on there, and that's going to be the moisture barrier between the concrete floor and the wood. Okay, so this is after the dry lock. So it is all sealed and ready for wood to go down. And that one is a little bowed, so I'm going to cut that one. So now what I'm doing is just going through here and laying out boards, and I just want them to be random and not in any particular pattern or anything like that. So I'm just laying them all out first, and then I'll start the gluing. Okay, so I have basically everything laid out, and now I just went and measured all my cuts because I want it to look so random that it doesn't look like just board. All right, all the cuts are done, so I know that everything is gonna work. So this is the adhesive that I'm using. It's Titebond Fast Grab, and it's made for adhering wood to concrete. So there we go, that's what I'm gonna use. So for these little areas that are lifting, we're gonna go drill down into the concrete through the wood and then put in our Tapcon screw, which is made for concrete. And we're gonna countersink it so then I can putty it later on and paint over it. Okay, you guys, so today I'm adding some screws to some of these boards that just are being a little bit more difficult. So I'm gonna show you the steps I'm taking to do that. So first I'm gonna show you what I'm using. I'm using this hammer drill with the concrete bit for these type of screws, which are Tapcons. I'm using this bit to countersink the screws. It's called a Forstner. So I guess that's how you say it, Forstner bit. Anyway, that has been really good. And then I'm using my impact drill to drill in the actual screw down into the wood and into the concrete. So first I'm gonna drill out this hole for the head of my screw. And I just want to make sure that that head sits. So the next thing, I just want to make sure that the depth is good, and as you can see, it will fit my screw head in there, so it'll be a flush fit when I actually put it in. And now I'm gonna put my screw in with my impact driver, and hopefully I get a good grab here. So there's that one, and I'm gonna do one the same distance apart right there. And that is why you countersink, so that I can go back in later and I'll fill that with wood putty and sand it and paint it, and hopefully you'll never know it was there. Okay, so this is after 2 coats of the Zinsser primer. So now I'm going to use the Behr Porch and Patio paint. I got this paint tinted to the alabaster, which is the Sherwin-Williams color, but I've heard great things about this Behr paint, especially for the porch and patio floor paint, so we'll see how it goes. So here's the floor, and you can see it has just a little bit of a sheen to it. My to-do list. But you can see how it just comes off a little gray, but it's really not. So I am just loving the floor, and I cannot wait to decorate in here.